Hey guys, welcome to Post Show Headlines. I'm Andrew Salciunas.
Is this Black T-shirt day?
Well, you're wearing something over top it.
I am. I'm wearing a little red Phillies red.
I am very boring with clothes, and I don't care.
It is.
Black T-shirt, gray shorts, and that's all it is.
There it is.
Listen, man, my sports talk is what's not boring. I hope.
That's up for review.
I hope. Well, yeah, well, listen.
That's up for
it's
review.
1:45, baby. All right, so Post Show Headlines, 5 topics, 2 minutes each. Please like and subscribe everything that's going on the YouTube page. We appreciate you. We do this every day because of you guys, so thank you very much. All right, we're kind of all over the place with this one.
I like that.
So I'll let you start. You have something on retired jersey numbers. We went all over the place on the show today. So that's why Post Show Headlines is all over the place. Go ahead.
It is. Today we were talking about Abdul Carter.
Correct.
Who asked for first Lawrence Taylor's retired number with the Giants. And by the way, he was listed as a top 5 all-time NFL player.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5. And he wanted his number. And then he wanted Phil Simms' number, and his family overruled him. So I was saying, do player numbers matter to you? So I ask you, is Allen Iverson your most iconic Sixer?
Yes.
For you. Okay.
Number 3.
If the Sixers drafted a player and they wanted to wear 3, would you care?
I would allow Allen Iverson to make the decision because his jersey number is...
That's not what I asked you.
I don't care.
That's not. Would you care?
I would not care because here's the deal. If Allen Iverson says, you know what?
That's not what I asked you.
I am telling you.
That's not the question I asked you. Would you care? So you say,
no.
Okay, I'm not saying they consulted with Allen Iverson. Would you care?
No.
So you'd say, okay.
I don't care as much as you do.
You don't care about numbers.
The only number that I am it cannot be worn again is 42 in baseball.
Okay.
And that's because it's bigger than baseball with Jackie Robinson.
That makes sense.
Other than that, if somebody says, I want to wear number 3, it's retired. I got to call Allen to see if I can wear...
No. That is not the question. You're changing the question. No. You cannot do it. Those retired numbers are retired for a reason.
Yes.
They are retired. That is not the question. Do you think retired numbers should be retired or not?
Yeah, sure.
Well, then they're retired.
Okay.
So they shouldn't be worn again.
Again, because you can't comprehend what I'm trying to say. If a kid said,
I
got drafted by the Sixers,
right.
He can't just show up with the number 3 on him. Like, he can't, right? Because it is retired. But if he said, damn, I really want number 3, I don't care if he wants number 3. Good for him that he wants number 3.
No, he can say that he wants it. I'm not saying the players aren't consulted with going to AI, do you think a number should be unretired?
Sure, yeah.
Really? I don't.
I am okay with numbers being unretired.
Then we should stop retiring numbers because then it means nothing.
Well, at some point you might have to. Like the Yankees, they're going to have to stop at some point. How many numbers have they retired out there?
I know they do have a lot.
And then Judge is going to get retired one day, 99.
I would imagine.
Like the Yankees have almost an entire roster.
They would
of numbers. There's a lot of numbers retired out
there. There's a lot.
You're going to start seeing guys wear like 70 something.
Now, my daughter said to me one time, he goes, "Dad, why can't they go to triple digits?" I'm like, that would look stupid.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I know there are AAU basketball teams that have triple digits on their back.
I know there's international. There's international teams that have triple digits.
It looks weird, and that's just a visual. That's just a visual.
Visual
thing.
Would bother me.
But no, I don't care if somebody wants the jersey number unretired.
Okay.
And if the person, but then again, I'm not.
But then don't have retirements.
But jerseys. I'm not anti-LT and Phil Simms saying no, or Phil Simms' family. Like it's their numbers retired based off.
Like why do it then?
Now I'll say
why
this:
have retirements?
If a jersey number is retired and like Reggie White, that person has since passed away, that you can't.
Okay, so you can't.
You can't broach that subject because the person needs to be alive and well to be able to say yes or no. And if they say no, if Allen Iverson goes, "Nah, dude, screw you,"
I honestly,
that's fine too.
I cannot believe, just me, I cannot believe the arrogance that it would take to walk in and say, I haven't done a damn thing, but I want to wear the number of one of the top 5 ranked NFL players of all time. I can't imagine the arrogance that would take.
All right, let's say...
And the 28th, as I said to Amy Fadul, 23. And she goes, look at all the guys in the NBA that wear 23 in homage to Michael Jordan. And I said, but not the Bulls. And she goes, well, that's different. I said, no, it's not.
All right, hold on.
He is a top 5 NFL player.
On. What if LeBron in his, let's say he didn't go to the Lakers or any of the 7 teams he went to. Let's say he went to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
He is, if you're saying Jordan's number 1, LeBron's number 2. What if LeBron wanted to wear number 23?
Michael wouldn't.
I know he wouldn't. I know he would. But would you call him arrogant?
Yes, I would.
Even though he's been a historic player his entire career.
I would absolutely call him arrogant.
He was 23 in Cleveland.
I would absolutely call him arrogant.
I wouldn't call him arrogant.
He ain't.
All he has to do is ask.
He can ask all he wants. Michael Jordan would laugh and hang up the phone.
He probably would laugh.
He'd laugh and hang up the phone.
All right, number 2.
Good.
The Phillies are playing in a minor league ballpark the next 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying you think it would be cool to watch 2 Major League Baseball teams play, and not spring training, like legit 9-inning baseball.
I think it'd be fun. I wish that, you think about that, like you had said, well, it would have been a fun thing to go see.
Is there anything special at a stadium that you would suggest somebody to go see, or that you yourself would want to see? So I've been to Fenway one time with my dad, but I would love to go back and sit up. I've sat above
the.
Do you suggest it?
I absolutely suggest it.
Yeah.
Have you done the tour inside the Green Monster?
I have not.
Okay. Absolutely suggest doing that.
Can I tell you a real story?
Yeah. Tell me a real story, please. Tell me a fake one if you want.
Before the game that I went and saw the Red Sox play, and it was Red Sox Tigers, I believe.
Okay.
I had to use the bathroom. Question 2, I had to use a number 2.
Okay.
And I could have gone in the hotel, and I said, you know what? I'm going to save this bad boy for Fenway.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just had to poop at Fenway.
So I could tell people that I pooped in Fenway Park.
Okay. Well, the seats above.
I dropped my own monster.
The seats above the Green Monster. Highly expensive, but worth it. And I'm not talking about highly expensive. Like you're probably gonna spend $300-400 for a pair on certain nights on a weeknight. But I would tell you that for a dad's birthday, something like that.
Well, we did Father's Day. That's
that'd be a fun. Well, no, you wouldn't be able to do like Father's Day, but like a random weekday game, you might be able to get them for like $400 for a pair or something like that. Well worth it.
Like Wrigley, the bleachers.
You have to do the bleachers at Wrigley. If you haven't done that, that's much cheaper.
We stopped by. We got seats, but then we went to the bleachers to go check it out.
I always tell people, if you were going to a weekend series in Chicago, go to 2 games in Wrigley. Go sit in the bleachers. Go sit in the baseline so you have the views.
Yep.
And then go sit at one of the outside the stadium.
The apartment complex.
And they have them. They have the seating areas up top.
Is that through the Cubs or is that through the apartment complex?
Well, no, it's not necessarily through apartment complexes. There's buildings that have groups where you buy like an all-you-can-eat, sort of like a
but are you buying the tickets through the Cubs?
You buy them through like a Philly sports
another party. Yeah.
And it's food, beverage.
That's cool.
Viewing.
Yeah.
You're not really seeing a ton.
No, you're not. But it seems like a horrible view.
But it's a party. Yeah. So there you go. So think about that. You have to do that.
All right. You have something on the NFL schedule.
Okay, NFL schedule.
Which is a week from now. A week and a day.
It's a week and a day. It comes out. We were already talking about, as we mentioned, Philly Sports Trips is trying to take the show on the road.
Hell yeah.
And go out somewhere this fall. Obviously, Tampa's just one of those desired locations.
And plus, Clearwater's my happy place.
And we were discussing road trips too. And Green Bay and Buffalo both came up.
Yes.
And Buffalo's just an amazing, amazing city. And it's fun. I've seen a game in Buffalo. It's awesome. I've seen a game in Green Bay. I saw a snow Mike Vick playoff game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just incredible. Mike Vick beating Brett Favre in a playoff game on the road in the snow.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Like just wild stuff. But if I said to you, you're only going to get to see one road game, you can go to Green Bay or you can go to Buffalo. Weather conditions, you can pick them, whatever it's going to be. Where would you want to go?
I've said this on the air, bucket list, a Packers game in Lambeau in wintertime and deal with the cold.
So you want to deal with the elements.
Would I prefer going in September? Yes. But like if I could go to a game in the freezing cold to experience what Lambeau Field is all about.
So like you're talking like December, it's snowing.
Yeah, I would do that. But the reason why I go Green Bay over Buffalo, not that the Buffalo Bills fans aren't awesome and not that it's not a great environment, that stadium, it's more, all right, this is the party scene versus this is the history. And I'm past my party days. All right.
Right.
I'd rather go to the historic field, the historic area. It's from any photo or video that I've ever seen of the outskirts of Lambeau Field, like it's the neighborhoods. It reminds me a lot of South Bend when I went to Notre Dame. There's the stadium, here's campus, and then here's neighborhoods.
Think more Green Bay. You saw South Bend.
Yeah.
Think more neighborhood stadium.
Right.
Like,
there's no college campus. It's just right. And
think
so
less like those parking lots that are at Notre Dame and everything like that.
Yeah.
Think less of
and I had
it's
a
unbelievable.
blast at South Bend. I would imagine I'd have a blast in Wisconsin.
Interesting.
Even though beer and wings sounds like a lot of fun too in Buffalo, but you could get that in Green
And
Bay.
to anyone watching, Buffalo, Chester County, left our house early in the morning, like dark. It was still dark, probably 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
We were past Buffalo within 6 hours into Canada.
All right.
So around 6 hour drive from Chester County.
All right. We have two more.
Okay.
Vacations aside, you're not allowed to answer with vacation.
I wouldn't want to go to Green Bay or Buffalo on vacation.
What is the last thing you were like really excited for a release of? And not schedules. I'm talking about, here's where I'm getting.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
May 26, 2026, GTA 6 is coming out. I told you that the trailer just came out. The second trailer just came out. I've not been able to watch it yet.
Okay.
I'm going to do that as soon as I get out of here.
I bet.
I love GTA 5. I can't wait to play GTA 6, despite it being $100, despite it being delayed 75 times, despite it happening in 2026. But I will now have that on my calendar.
Okay.
GTA 6 release date. So I'm looking forward to something that is over a year away. What is the last thing that you remember being like looking forward to this date?
There was a 2-year delay in the last 2 seasons of Ozark.
Oh, yeah. That's a good answer.
And Ozark was filmed literally right up the street from our house in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
COVID delayed it, right?
Yeah, COVID delayed it, but they were filming. We were in Atlanta doing. We didn't live COVID like you lived it here in Philly.
Right.
So there was stuff going on, and the Blue Cat Lodge was actually a place we went to in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So all that stuff, I was so anxious to see it, and it was delayed by 2 years. Anxious for that, and recently the final season of You, which took around 16 months, 17 months. Which I'm enjoying.
Yeah, if we're going to show Stranger Things, the last season of Stranger Things.
I didn't watch that. Liv and Christina watched.
My wife and I watched it, but it took forever to do the final. It's still not out, the final season. All right, lastly.
Was that done in Pittsburgh or about Pittsburgh or something?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It might have been done in Pennsylvania. I don't know.
More of a PSA.
Okay.
And it's so funny that you told me a story of a former athlete that did something that I believe is a horrible, terrible thing to do.
Not Jared Salciunas.
No.
From this morning.
No.
Marrying
it's
his
so
middle school
funny
teacher.
that you told me about this former athlete that did this right after the show ended. And I was going back and forth with our buddy Dan Baxter on social media yesterday.
What about?
If a restaurant says closes at 10.
Oh, this is weird. You mean you were doing this yesterday?
Dude, I was talking about this yesterday, and then you told me a story about it today.
There's a former Philadelphia athlete who maybe people traveled in packs. And he came into the best restaurant in the city.
Yeah.
Around an hour before closing. They fit him in.
Yeah.
With a party of 8. And they stayed at least an hour and a half after closing.
Which is, first off, the waiters are making, when I worked at Applebee's, $2.18 an hour, right?
And this wasn't Applebee's. This was
a nice restaurant.
It had
I know.
You know how there's French words begin with 2 letters?
Yeah.
This restaurant began with 2 letters, and it was French.
Yeah, so it was a nice restaurant.
Best restaurant at the time in town. No reservation.
If you are going to a restaurant near closing, be out. All right? Leave. Either don't show up.
Like get in.
Get in and get out. I was once waiting a table, and it was 9:30 at night.
Applebee's?
Yep, 9:30 at night. They got there. We closed at 10. The couple stayed till 1 o'clock in the morning.
The couple?
The couple.
This was just two people?
Just two people stayed till 1 o'clock in the morning.
I'd be like, get out.
And
the manager didn't say get out?
The manager wasn't there anymore.
The
manager doesn't say till close.
Really?
So he just came back from duty.
Oh.
So
why can't you say get to the car?
I didn't want to, I respect the troops, but they
so do we.
Overstayed their welcome till 1 o'clock in the morning.
How was the tip?
Okay.
Well, let's just say that the pack
was
a 10% tip.
Yeah, that's horrible.
On a party of 8.
Yeah, that's horrible. You can't do that.
And somebody who waited on that table holds a grudge today.
As they should.
And they are a restaurateur now, and they tell their entire staff the story.
Yeah, as they should. But don't go to a restaurant near closing and then stay, because even though it says closes at 10.
Why did this come up yesterday?
Somebody tweeted about in Europe, if it's closed at 10, you're out. Like,
oh, wait a
minute. Get out of our restaurant. We're closed.
But I don't like that either.
No, but if it closes at 10, it closes at 10. It should not be our restaurant closes at 10, but if you got here at 9:30, you can stay here until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wait a minute, whoa. If you have a restaurant and you say it closes at 10, then you shouldn't seat somebody if they can't get the dining experience. Well, then you shouldn't seat somebody at 9:30.
Right, so then maybe closes at 10, last call at 9. Maybe,
no, but then that's fine.
Make a rule like that. Yeah.
Then make a rule. But don't seat somebody at 9:30 and then be like, come on, we're closing the door at 10.
But
I get that.
You should not it's a PSA.
By the way,
don't overstay your welcome at a restaurant.
By the way, we love Dan Baxter, but every interaction with Dan Baxter, it's either best friend or mortal enemy. It's like I love Dan, but like every single interaction is either, oh my God, you're it's like a bloodbath, or it's like, dude, you're my best buddy.
We love all of our listeners,
it's very
John,
funny.
And we love all of our viewers.
Subscribe.
Thanks, guys. We'll be back at it tomorrow.
See ya.
Hey guys, Andrew Salciunas from Kincade and Salciunas. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.